So now we've taken a big picture overview of Sass. Let's take a little bit look of what it is and then how to use it. So what it is a preprocessor to CSS, meaning we write our Sass code first and it gets compiled down to CSS. Now, most of the same CSS rules apply in a Sass file. It just adds a few more elements of functionality. The reason we might want to add these functionalities is overall, they allow us to write less code, more flexible, maintainable code. It allows us to repeat our code simpler, and overall, it just applies a cleaner look. So the first feature that Sass gives us is we get to put variables into CSS. So we can just make a change in one place and have it propagate throughout our entire CSS files when they get compiled down. So here's just a simple example. Here we have a variable, primary color, denoted by this $sign. And here the variable is used. So when this gets compiled down, this hash 333, that color, will become this color. So if you have these primary color in multiple places and you need to change it later, it'll make it easier to change it. And I'll show that later on in a demonstration. The next thing Sass gives us is the ability to nest. What I really like about this is the ability to follow the DOM tree. So here, these rules, UL, LI, and A, are inside of this nav tag. And because they're inside, it's going to go ahead and act like a descendancy selector. So nav UL will get all of these. So this code right here is the same when it gets compiled down into this code. It just allows less duplication of code, and I like it. It's a clean look to it. The next feature I'll show you, and the last one before I'll demonstrate some of this to you, is the ability to import separate files into our Sass. So just like we like to break down our HTML code to make it more manageable, sometimes that can be helpful for CSS as well. Now with a CSS file, you can't do it directly in the file, but Sass allows us to do it. So we go ahead and denote it by this underscore here, and naming our Sass file, and then we can come over to our Sass file and we can say just import it. And so those style rules that would be declared in this case the reset file would be able to be in our bigger Sass file. Again, this just kind of helps with maintainability of your code and keeping track of things. You can import it when you need it and when you don't. So that's it, and I'll start demonstrating right after this.